I should have thought that the very last thing that the Conservative Party wanted now was to go into the next election under a cloud which spells racism, that this is the election funded by a racist. Now, of course, Frank Hester may not be a racist. He may have a perfectly good explanation for the comments that he made about Diane Abbott. I can't imagine what that explanation could possibly be. It was certainly enough to make the people in Number 10 pause before they condemned it outright. But, Kwasi Kwarteng got there first, and Kemi Badenoch got in there to condemn it. But by that point, the opposition parties had already made it very clear. However, this morning we learn in the House of Commons from Kevin Hollingrake that the Conservative government has no intention of returning this money. The Conservative Party has no intention of returning this money. Well, maybe the money's already been spent. £10 million spent on a coming election campaign that almost certainly is going to take place in November, unless, of course, the money's been spent because it is, in fact, expected to take place in May. Well, I am always told that the people who are at the cutting edge of election, the management and all these people, are busy seeing the demands of central office racked up, and from their point of view, maybe the election is next week, maybe the election is imminent. But Hollingrake's statement in the House of Commons today, I don't know why he was making that statement. Surely he's the person connected to the post office. Surely he's got bigger issues to be dealing with than handing back money that shouldn't be taken in the first place. Oh my goodness, doesn't that sum up the post office problem? Yes, I'm afraid it does. Anyway, all of this is rather scotched by the Mayor of the West Midlands, Andy Street, saying that if that money had been given to him, he would have handed it back. Well, that makes him the bigger man, doesn't it? Bigger than Rishi Sunak, bigger than Kevin Hollingrake. Is his name Kevin Hollingrake? Suddenly I forget. Anyway, Andy Street, I think, has got his finger on the pulse of the nation there, as has Kwasi Kwarteng. Kwasi Kwarteng wrote a spectacular book about Mrs. Thatcher. I think it would be so much better to think of Kwasi Kwarteng as a very, very fine political analyst and author, rather than to be thinking of Kwasi Kwarteng as the poodle of Liz Truss, the person with the prodigious package that was implemented in such a way that so many of us have now got mortgages which are significantly higher than they need to be. And nothing that the present Chancellor of the Exchequer has done has modified that hike. So for me, although I have great respect for Kwasi Kwarteng's intelligence and Kwasi Kwarteng's writing, I will always, I'm afraid, regard him as the man with the prodigious package that was implemented without due care. And Liz Truss was always going on about that package, so I don't see any reason why we should stop talking about it now. As long as the package has an effect, as long as the package is efficacious, it should be referenced. Should it not, that package still seriously damages a lot of people's lives, and nobody should be as quickly whitewashed as that. But nevertheless, we should praise the fact that for the first time in a year or so, Kwasi Kwarteng has been on television and has said something worthwhile. Congratulations, sir.